Hi guys, I'm here at the new Salesforce Transbay Transit Center, which just reopened last Monday, July 1st. A couple of you had asked me to swing by and check it out for the channel, so there I am. And here is a preview of this new multi-billion-dollar, soon-to-be hot retail center. It's 4 blocks long and 4 stories high and can't be missed when you're in this newly dubbed East Cut neighborhood of San Francisco, which is home to all the new high-rises, including Salesforce Tower, 181 Fremont, home to Instagram's new San Francisco headquarters, and also the leaning Millennium Tower, which is where I had lunch last week for the International Smoke episode. Fun fact, Salesforce paid $110 million for the naming rights to this transit center.
This project was a very long time in the making. It was built to replace the old 1939 transit terminal that was damaged during the '89 Loma Prieta earthquake. Demolition began in August of 2010, and the project was finally completed in September 2018 for a cost of $2.2 billion. Only to be shut down again 6 weeks later when maintenance crews found 2 of the main support beams had cracks in them. So after 9 additional months making structural fixes, it's finally open. Well, partially.
The bus terminal is located on the 2nd floor here, and it'll be some months before they can finish up the repairs and resume bus service here. So the transit center is actually composed of 3 buildings, and they're planning some retail and restaurants in the other 2 buildings, which are not yet open. There's plans to extend Caltrain up here at some point, and in the distant future, the much anticipated bullet train direct from LA to San Francisco, when they finally approve the funding for it. The only thing currently open is the rooftop Salesforce Park, which we're headed up to right now. There are a couple of escalators and elevators that will take you up there, and some bridges that will connect directly to it from the surrounding skyscrapers. But if you want to do it the fun way, you gotta take the mini funicular from the corner of Mission and Fremont. Now, if you come up from the main escalators, this will put you right behind the main plaza. In the main plaza, there are loads of fun materials on loan. They've got an arts and crafts cart, a breeding cart, or 2, and a games cart. There's a little jungle gym for the kids, both small and big. And tons of public art like this installation from Jenny Holzer that displays quotes from famous writers like Maya Angelou and Machine Gun Kelly. This space is meant to be a huge community center, so there are tons of free activities happening here daily. There are arts and crafts workshops, activities for kids, and even exercise classes like yoga and Tai Chi, which are practiced at the amphitheater. There's a whole event page that I'll link to down in the description box below. Here is a great map that shows how the transit center is laid out. Up here we're at the park, and down here is the bus terminals, then the grand level that we came in on, and finally there'll be an underground section here for all of the trains. Fun fact, this rooftop garden spans all 3 buildings of the transit center, and where the buildings meet are connected by seismic separation joints. These joints allow the buildings to move independently during an earthquake and helps to minimize any damage. The entire park is a massive 5.4-acre botanical garden. There's this half-mile perimeter pathway that loops around the whole entire roof, and we're going to take this and explore.
There are over 16,000 plants, most of them grouped into themed gardens. Luckily, there are these helpful signs identifying what is what, especially some of the more exotic species. That is the bus ramp, which is how buses will access the terminal in the future.
Check out this funky fountain. Eventually, when the buses are running, they'll trigger some sensors and cause the fountains to jet. Neato.
The sensors are in the ceiling of the bus deck. As buses travel under them, it controls the water spigot immediately above it. You can't miss the Chilean wine palm tree, one of the larger plants here, and below it a great grassy area for just chilling. More than any other urban park in San Francisco, this one really captures best that oasis in the city feeling, with lush plants underfoot, tall modern skyscrapers towering overhead, framed by a dome of blue skies with clouds racing by.
This will eventually have some restaurants in it, but for now, there are kind of limited dining options. There are a couple of cafes and restaurants in the surrounding towers around us that are open to the public. Other than that, periodically they'll bring up some food carts in the elevators. At midday, you can always find lunch trucks down on Natoma and at the square at Fremont and Mission. So that was a preliminary look around the new Salesforce Transit Center. Check back in next year when hopefully all the retail residents and public transport lines are up and running, and I'll have an updated video showcasing the terminal in its full glory. Thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you next week.